Hi everyone, this video review is for Veil of Doubt by Sharon Virts. This isn't my usual read and typical read for my blog, but it's a really exciting story, and I thought I would try reading something a little bit different because I was asked very nicely to if I would like a review copy, and I was really excited by the premise of the story. So, Veil of Doubt by Sharon Virts. If you want to check out my review, I have posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog, then there's a link within the post. And this is a video review. So Veil of Doubt by Sharon Virts is a dark thriller. And like I say, it's not my usual read, but I was really quite excited by the premise of it. So Emily Lloyd is charged with the murder of her children in a town convinced she is guilty. But the defense attorney, Powell Harrison, is tasked with finding out if this is really true. And the more Powell learns about Emily, the more suspicious that something kind of unknown and a different truth lies in wait comes to sort of surface. And he just needs to figure it out before Emily is convicted, perhaps incorrectly. So this is a very dark and complex psychological thriller. It's interwoven with very deep levels of mystery for current and past events and character behaviours. So initially, understanding Powell's hesitancy to get involved with this case, given his own memories, because we got that little insight into the past, was really easy. And then eventually that seemed to spur on his desire to get the truth, and if it was what he had begun to suspect, he would save Emily from a really horrid fate. While he might be able to help her with he might be able to help her with proving all this. This really was sort of he seemed, I don't know, no matter what the outcome, he'd probably never save her from her own demons, if you know what I mean. So he would be able to save her from this fate, but there was something darker and deeper within Emily herself that was going to impact how she lived the rest of her life, and it drove her behaviour, and that's what other people labelled erratic. So in a way, this was also dealing with mental health issues in a time where mental health issues were not recognised. You were just crazy, you were just erratic, there was no explanation for your behaviour. If you behaved like that, you were guilty of all sorts and everything. So, but he seemed to understand that, and that was really great. So given the era, the story and character reactions and events appeared really accurate. It was good to represent that even in those times there were people who they were trying to make sense of psychological trauma and behaviour differences in those that had been through traumatic times. They weren't just sort of going with the crowd and saying these people, there's something wrong. They wanted to figure that out and try and help that person regain their life and live it. So piecing together the clues was deep, and it was insightful, and it started to paint this bigger picture very quickly that all might not be as it seemed in the eyes of those who were really desperate to convict Emily, who was clearly troubled and needed more help than a prison sentence. So as I say, it's not my usual type of read, but it intrigued me, and given the nature of the story, it was really well written, and it delivered to keep me as the reader really inquisitive and guessing right up until the last minute. Although they were alluding to this about Emily and her mental health, was that the truth, or was she just what everyone was labeling her? And it really was touch and go right up until that last minute. So I really enjoyed the story, and I hope you will too. I'll pop a link in the description so you can grab a copy of Veil of Doubt by Sharon Virts, which I hope you will. Please give it a try. If you haven't read it yet, but you're planning to read it, it's on a to be read list that you have, or you're intrigued and thinking, yes, I would really like to read that, then again, please do let us know. And if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it, because it gives you a lot to think about, and it's a really, really great story for the era. Bye.